So, you're doing business in Dubai. You already know the digital landscape isn't just competitive, it's an all-out battleground. That's why today, we're giving you the playbook, everything you need to find the right digital marketing partner to win in 2026.
And let's just start with a number that really sets the stage. Over 250,000. That's how many businesses are officially registered in Dubai right now. And guess what? Every single one of them is fighting for the exact same online attention that you are.
Which, leads us to the most important question of all. In a market that crowded, how on earth do you actually win? Well, the answer usually comes down to one critical decision: finding the right partner. And today, we're going to show you exactly how to do that. Here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll take a look at Dubai's digital battleground. Then, we'll talk about defining your goals. This part's crucial. After that, we dive into evaluating potential partners, spotting the major red flags, and finally, making that all-important choice.
Okay, let's start by really understanding what's at stake here. In Dubai's digital world, having a top-tier agency isn't just a nice-to-have, it's absolutely essential for survival and growth. And if you needed proof, here it is. A massive 87% of all B2B buying decisions, they start with a simple online search. Just think about that. If you're not showing up right at that moment, you're basically invisible. The entire game is being won or lost on the first page of Google.
And what makes the Dubai market for 2026 so unique? Well, it's these massive forces all colliding at once. You've got huge government investments from things like Vision 2030, you've got fierce competition coming from all over the globe, and of course, you have the incredible rise of AI driving personalization. It's a really complex arena, and you need an expert guide to navigate it.
Now, before you even think about looking for an agency, the very first step is to look inward. Why? Because vague objectives will always lead to vague results. You have to have absolute clarity on what you want to achieve. It's completely non-negotiable.
And this simple 3-step framework will get you that clarity. First, just choose your main objective. What matters most? Is it getting more leads, building brand awareness, or just straight-up revenue growth? Second, you have to attach a number to it. Increased traffic is useless. Increase traffic by 150%, now that's a goal. And third, make sure any partner you talk to agrees to be measured against that specific number.
Okay, once your goals are crystal clear, you're ready to start evaluating partners. And we're going to focus on 3 things: their expertise, the hard evidence of their results, and of course, the economics of working with them.
This right here is how you separate the real pros from the pretenders. Don't ever settle for vague claims like, "We improved their online presence." That means nothing. You need to demand quantified results. Ask for the real numbers, like, "We increased their organic traffic by 150%, or "We drove their cost per lead down by 40%. This kind of proof is everything.
All right, let's talk money. There are basically 3 common pricing models you'll see. A retainer is great for long-term, continuous work. Project-based is perfect for a specific one-time thing like a new website. And then there's performance-based, which ties the agency's pay directly to the results they get you. Understanding these is key to finding the right financial fit.
And now, for one of the most important parts of your search, spotting the red flags. These are the kinds of promises that should make you turn around and walk away immediately.
If you ever hear this promise, run. Seriously, no one can guarantee a #1 or even a first-page Google ranking. Why? Because nobody controls Google's algorithm. It's insanely complex, it's always changing, and anyone who tells you they've cracked the code is selling you snake oil.
This one sounds nice and flexible, right? Wrong. It's a huge red flag. A contract isn't there to trap you, it's there to protect you. It locks in what they promise to deliver, the timelines, and who's responsible for what. Without it, you have zero accountability. A standard 3 to 6 month commitment is normal, and it gives strategies like SEO enough time to actually work.
Look, every business is unique. Your challenges are unique, your customers are unique, and your strategy needs to be unique too. If an agency tries to sell you on some secret, one-size-fits-all solution, they aren't selling you a custom plan. They're just selling you a prepackaged product off the shelf.
So, you've checked out the candidates, you've dodged all the red flags. Now it's time to make the final choice. And really, this all comes down to asking the right questions, the kind that cut through the sales pitch and show you who you're really dealing with.
These are the questions that get you real answers. Don't just ask if they use AI, ask how they actually integrate it into their strategy. Dig into their client retention. What's the rate? And more importantly, why do clients stick around? And here's a big one. What happens if a campaign isn't working? Their answer tells you everything about their accountability. Make sure you also ask about subcontractors and get crystal clear on exactly what metrics they'll be reporting on. Their answers to these are way more valuable than any case study.
And let's just go a little deeper on that AI point. For 2026, here's the rule. Find a partner who uses tools like ChatGPT and Gemini to amplify human creativity, not replace it. AI should be the co-pilot, not the pilot. It's an amazing tool for execution, but it's not the strategist. You still need that human brain.
And you know, one of the biggest signs of a great partner is that they'll be realistic with you about expectations. Sure, paid campaigns can get you results in the first week, but the big foundational stuff like SEO and content marketing, that takes patience. A good partner will be upfront and tell you it takes 3 to 6 months to see real traction, and a full picture of your return on investment will probably emerge after that.
So at the end of the day, it all boils down to this one final question you have to ask yourself. Are you looking for a vendor who just checks off tasks on a list? Or are you looking for a true growth partner? Someone who's actually invested in your success, who challenges you, and who shares accountability for the results. In the Dubai market of 2026, that choice will define everything.